The 1-800-RESPECT logo appears and a title, Cultural Competence when Working with CALD Communities. The speaker is Roshan, a domestic and family violence worker.
There are certain things that you really need to consider while working with women from CALD background. Every woman should be taken as an individual. Certain things becomes very important, taking time to explain the concepts such as risk, safety, violence becomes very important because she might not know what that means. Engaging a female interpreter is very important. The first few sentences would be really important to build the trust and to engage with the woman.
A title appears, Asking Questions and Engaging.
Women from CALD background are often reluctant to engage in direct and close-ended questions. So you need to ask a lot of open-ended questions to get more information. Oftentimes she might use her own belief system and values in terms of minimizing the abuse. So you would acknowledge the differences, you would have respect for their culture and her own value system, yet reinforce laws and support system in Australia. So it's a delicate balance that you need to maintain to do it in a supportive way.
A title appears, Family Dynamics, Arranged Marriages and Forced Marriages.
Women from CALD background might be in a situation where there are complex family dynamics. Arranged marriage, forced marriages, in-laws really adds to the complexity of the family dynamics and or relationship that she might be in.
The speaker is Melba, an immigrant and refugee women's worker.
When we're talking about young girls, because young girls, without knowing their rights, and because they have grown to actually be very obedient to their elders, to their parents in particular, they could give consent, but consent without understanding, the whole situation, and without actually considering the fact that as children, they have a right to choose.
The speaker is Roshan, a domestic and family violence worker.
If you're talking about victims' rights, this might be the first time that she has been exposed to victims' rights. She might not have had similar experiences in her country of origin. So explaining different roles of authorities and support system is very important, so women are empowered with information to access their own protection.
A title appears, Pre-Migration Experiences and Immigration Status.
While working with women from CALD background, it is very important to know where she has come from. So you would often ask questions about where what her journey was like. Depending on which pathway she has come into the country, her needs and experience could be very different. Knowing that pre-migration history becomes very important in terms of understanding her concerns. Sometimes women might be in dependency visa and there is real fear about taking any steps due to repercussion on her stay. For example, if a woman is on spousal visa or dependent visa, then it is less likely that she would take any steps towards her own protection because of fear of deportation or fear on consequences on her immigration status. A lot of times this information would have been given by the perpetrator about the consequences on her visa, which might not be true. So you need to ask a woman the pathway that they've come from, their length of stay in Australia, and the visa status.
A title appears, Explaining the System and Ongoing Support.
The most important thing while working with women from CALD background is giving a lot of time, ensuring that she understands what you're referring to. And if you are referring to services, support services, or court or police, you need to explain their roles in depth so she feels comfortable with the information. Referral to a specialist organization for ongoing support becomes very important. So women continue to have that support system in place for her for future.
The 1-800-RESPECT logo appears and a title reads, Responding is Everyone's Business. Contact www.1800respect.org.au or call 1-800 737 732.